On, Labour has pledged to take back Britain's streets. The King's speech outlined the return of ASBO's tougher policing on thefts and 13,000 more bobbies on the beat in local areas. Antisocial behaviour will be punishable by a fine or even a prison sentence, and police will be expected to investigate low-level thefts under £200. But with prisons at full capacity and our courts clogged with an unprecedented backlog, can the government really deliver on this? Well, I'm joined in the studio to discuss this by Judita De Silva, political commentator, and Jerry Hayes, criminal barrister and former Conservative MP. Jerry, if I may start with you. They're getting tough on crime, tough on the cause of the crime. Haven't we heard this before? This time some of the detail. The £200 shoplifting limit, that's called the Shoplifters Charter 2014, that was brought in, gave permission to lots of low-level thefts. 7 out of 10 shoplift incidents aren't even attended. Also a ban on ninja swords and the spiking of drinks. Is there enough in here? Can the system cope with all this well-meaning sentiment?
It's an 1860 Act which bans the spiking of drinks. Administering a noxious substance, it's called. So that's law there already. Police can investigate crimes of theft of under £200, but they don't choose to do so. But where's the money? The criminal justice system, Martin, is broken. There are 69,000 backlogs of Crown Court cases, and there's 2,000 of us left. There's not enough courts, there's not enough judges, and there's not enough barristers.
And Judita,
let's have the money.
Judita, isn't that the issue? The Labour Party are coming in, we've got lots of big ideas, but the pot is empty. The biscuit tin is completely and utterly empty. With £2.6 trillion in debt. Where are the bobbies on the beat coming from? Where are the judges coming from? What about the probation system? The prisons are full. If you start nicking people for taking £200 worth of groceries, where are they going to go?
Indeed, there's a funding and infrastructure deficiency for what they're trying to achieve. But with one breath, when you complain about where society is going, when you see the increase in the number of shoplifters or groups of young people breaking into stores and running rampant, they're doing so because they know there is no consequence. What you're trying to establish is a society that holds consequences and accountability in the forefront of social existence. And if you don't do something decisive like this, it will get worse. You think it can't now, but it will. And what you're saying to the people who do this is that you're now incentivizing police that the things you think are not important enough to waste your time, you're sending a message, almost like a bat signal to society that now we're going to be paying attention to these deeds that have gone unchecked thus far. Indeed, how do you get it done? That is something that...
How do you pay for it? That's the problem, isn't it?
They're going to have to address that because this... First of all, they're showing that we've been listening to society, that there is a problem. We're putting in legislature that says that we're going to address the problem. Now they have to fund it. But you have to begin somewhere to kick the tires on the machine to know how robust it is and then address the faults.
But this was actually a Tory policy, wasn't it? Which never got off the ground. Do you remember? We said we were going to do all these things, but it never happened. I mean, about a fourth of this King's speech is Tory stuff that the Rishi couldn't get through.
A lot of this does feel like reheated Rishi. But on a serious point, can the Labour Party be trusted on law and order? It's always been a very right-wing thing. One of the policies that didn't make the grade today that caught my eye, Jerry, was it was floated that the Labour Party were planning to deport foreign criminals. That's a very right-wing idea.
We do that already.
Do we?
Yeah, of course we do.
10,500 foreigners in British nicks.
Yeah, but they should be sent away.
Well, I agree. Yeah. And the Labour Party seemed to agree, but it wasn't in the King's speech. Is that kind of a policy be very popular? Maybe not with Labour voters, it'd be very popular with Conservative voters.
Yeah, it wouldn't solve the prison crisis, it'd be on the way. Why should we pay for other people's misdeeds? But would other countries, they should go back to wherever.
But would the human rights lawyers, Judita, would the same people that actually been stopping the Rwanda flights, would the same people that have been a thorn in the side of the Conservative Party for many years, would those same human rights lawyers, the ECHR, would they even allow this sort of nonsense?
It's something they'd have to address. I doubt they would. But then when you think about it, think about the margins of doing something like that. If someone commits a crime here, you expect them to serve a sentence here because this is where the transgression occurred. But kicking it down the lane and say, go back to where you came from and deal with the consequences there may be no consequences. And therefore, there is no incentive for them to do better in the future.
But we do it. We
do
do it.
But when you think about value of the ethos behind it doesn't really hold much water, because if you committed a crime abroad and they sent you back to the UK, where is the crime? Where is the consequence? But if you've done something there, you should pay the penalty there, because that's where the crime occurred.
But
and then once that has been served, you are then deported, never to return.
But if you're an Albanian, and Albanians make up the vast majority of foreign nationals in British jails.
Balkans, people from the Balkans.
Yeah, if you're one of those people, then a lot of people would say, yes, they should be sent back to their country. But would it ever happen under Labour?
Oh, well, it started happening under the Tories, didn't it?
Well, not enough.
We did a deal with the Albanian government. Everyone forgets all this sort of stuff. We did it.
Yeah.
But also, you talk about Labour being tough on crime. You think of some of the toughest Home Secretaries we heard. I don't mean mad people like Suella and Priti Patel, but I mean, intelligent people who are tough. Blanket, John Reed, they were really, Jack Straw, they were really tough people.
Well, do you think there's any chance that Labour Party can be as tough as them? I guess
I doubt it. I doubt it. Are they going to get away with some of this stuff? Because we've all been talking about, look, this is pretty Tory light.
It's a good look to take on things that the Tories fail to deliver and deliver it yourself. It shows that you're better at doing the things that appeal to across both aisles.
I'm with you on that. But there are a lot of people who are still Corbynite who will think this is wrong. They're going to say, we've got here after all these years, where's the meat? Where's the socialism? And where is the budget going to go?
Super.
That's the big one, isn't it?
It is. Jerry Hayes.